You are now listening to or watching the It Takes All Kinds podcast.
Yeah. And if you aren't, you can head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and listen to us now. Or head on over to Drib on YouTube and watch the video version as well.
And if you'd like to stay up to date on when we're releasing a new episode or any other fun information about the podcast, you can give us a follow on Instagram at It Takes All Kinds Podcast and on Twitter at ITAK Podcast. That's ITAK Podcast.
Without saying much else, we hope you enjoy this episode. We did it. We made it. Another week. We did it a whole nother week.
We did a whole nother week.
Welcome back to the podcast. It is now March 22nd, 2021. It's about 9 o'clock at night. If I'm checking my...
Hey, hold on, Gavin. Let me just check really quickly. Hey, you're right.
Yeah. Anyway,
they were surprised by that.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome back, everybody.
Our live studio audience.
Our live studio audience.
Mm-hmm.
They stop right on cue every time. It's crazy.
It's kind of nuts.
They're so good. Those cue cards, they just follow them.
Yeah. They see the applause sign, they clap, and then as soon as it turns off, they stop. A lot of people in the audience tonight.
A lot of gasps there. But yeah, no, welcome back, everybody. It's episode 3. I'm lagging out, but Gavin's lagging out because I'm lagging out.
Let's go.
And it's good now. It seems good. So
okay.
Yeah, I apologize in advance if there's any computer issues because
won't be like this next week.
Oh, what are you trying to say, Gavin? What do you mean? Maybe. That's all we got to say.
Mm-hmm.
Is maybe.
Yeah. Do you care to elaborate on any of that, or?
Yeah, we can elaborate. Yeah. So this might be the last time you're seeing us in this way.
Seeing us, period.
This might be the last time you ever see us.
We're driving away. We're driving away.
We're taking the car and taking it right off the interstate.
Yeah, right off the Blanchette Bridge.
Right into the water.
Right into the big muddy.
Right into the big water. But yeah, no, this honestly, this could be the end of an era. A 3-episode era.
3-episode era of being online.
We're taking this podcast from 0 to 60 at a moderate pace of acceleration.
Yep. We're going to play the game where we put a key in the ignition and then take it out.
It's a great game, dude. Everybody's talking about it. I've been getting, my DMs have been exploding with, dude, I love this new game.
DMs are open.
DMs are open, folks, for game suggestions.
For stories or games that you can play with your kids in the car and pulling out the key ignition game.
People love that game.
Yeah, people really do.
They've been sending me pictures of them playing that game. I love it.
They never show the aftermath. They don't really get back to any of us on it, but
it just cuts off with a bunch of screaming.
Yeah. But anyway, thanks for listening to the last episode. We got a lot of good feedback from that. Appreciate it. Everybody listening at home, watching.
You got a lot of good feedback.
I got a lot of good feedback. Carson doesn't have friends.
That is true. I actually did get some feedback. My mom gave me feedback.
Oh, hey!
That she listened to. She was somewhere with my brother, and so she was waiting in the car for like a half an hour, and so she listened to part of it. And like 10 minutes in is where I started talking about fucking. And she was like, and she thought that was really funny. She's like, I was not expecting that though, and I was like, I wasn't either. It just kind of happened.
It really does.
So. That's one raving review I got. I mean, besides all the the DMs I got about my new game and people saying how funny I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody's saying anything about how funny I am, but
no.
But I think we'll get there.
I'm getting a lot of DMs about people saying I really don't like Gavin.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get the same thing, except they say it straight to my face.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been saying that to you for a long time. It's nothing.
You really have been. Yeah.
It's nothing new.
Yeah. I mean, no. I mean,
Episode 3.
Welcome
to episode 3. But this could be to circle back, because I wanted to finish up about what we were saying.
Yeah.
This could be. Let me just put it this way. It's something we kind of already alluded to in the first episode, that we were going to, start doing it this way, but then hopefully swiftly move into doing it a bit more professionally.
Mm-hmm.
But literally just probably a couple hours ago, I made a pretty sizable purchase that will change the what's the word I'm looking for? That will change the way you listen to and watch this for forever.
Yeah. It has left Carson in crippling financial debt and anxiety.
And I will not get out of it.
No, he will never ever
I will not get out
it.
of it. And there will be a GoFundMe link in the description if you can please donate. I really need help.
We got to fund our dream.
I don't know what I did.
Yeah, we got to fund our dream.
I wire funded money to
no, it's not funding my dream. It's funding your dream. I'm just here for the ride, Like, I'm not gonna donate any money to you or anything. Like you're just.
And I wouldn't expect you to.
Yeah. No, I mean, you don't deserve it.
I don't. I really don't. I don't, and I don't want your money, but I'll take it because I need it.
I mean, I take your money all the time.
That's true. And I know you do it, and I don't say anything about it. I'm just okay with it.
Yeah. Shocking revelation here.
Shocking revelation here, everybody.
On the It Takes All Kinds podcast, episode 3.
But, oh gosh, dude, this lag is just wonderful. Everybody's scared about it. Everybody's been scared about it. But yeah, I don't want to keep talking about it, but yeah, it's next episode could be different.
Would be pretty
or maybe the episode after. I don't know. It just kind of depends.
Or 2 weeks, or episode 5. Or maybe even 6.
Or maybe a couple months.
Or later.
Or something.
Exactly.
You tell me when. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Well, moving on.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
We got or I guess literally all of my siblings. We all have officially lost all of our wisdom teeth. We got all of them out. I got all 4 out. Thank you. Appreciate the support. We got all 4 out. I think all of us did.
Wait, when did Sean get his out?
Sean got his out on Thursday.
He got them out.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he got his out Thursday.
You all 3 got them out this past week.
Yep. And then my
sister I did not even know that.
So
were they running like a special? Did you guys have a coupon?
No.
Did you have a Groupon?
Yeah. So it was an experience. One thing I remember the doctor mentioning something about putting something in my IV. I had this little thing I thought that this was going to be maybe it's possible. Maybe I thought this little nose thing was going to be, and it like hooked around my ears, my leers. I almost said my leers.
My leers.
It hooked around my ears, and I'm pretty sure that was a sedative, but then they said like they were hooking something up to my IV, and I passed out. But he was trying to get me to like talk and get my mind off of it because I was about to pass out just from seeing all the needles and like everything they were doing for me. And I'm not very good around those things anyway. So
yeah,
I mean, I'm okay. I'm okay around needles, but it was just like the fact that like it was a very surgical room, very cold, not very loving room. So switching from that, yeah. And then I played a really cheesy like 2000s, like, here's what you do when you get your wisdom teeth out, what this means, and what are some possible risks you may take.
Did they play that before?
Yeah, just before.
Because now that you said that, I'm remembering that. I don't remember much about it.
It was a really cheesy video. It was really bad, but and then it was like, so will I be able to adjust it around my work schedule? And it was just like and it was a weird cut. And then like the doctor, it jumped behind her, and it was just showing the doctor. It just showed her straight on face, and then it showed the doctor. It was pretty funny. But yeah, so
I'm like imagining like a big screen, and like this video's playing, and then I'm like imagining some like in like how like some live shows they'll show something on a screen, and all of a sudden the screen will like move up or move out of the way, and then it's like what was happening on screen just starts happening in front of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just imagining that
yeah.
happening, and they've done so many of
They-
them that it
they
cuts
roll
and the
me.
lights go on behind the TV, and the same doctor walks out. He just says like a line, and you're like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, what is there a teleprompter? Am I missing a cue somewhere? Is there a cue card reader?
What are my lines?
Like, welcome to your wisdom tooth extraction. So
Let's come on down.
Yeah. So
you're getting your
let's
wisdom teeth
go.
out.
Getting off for my man. And they had a financial advisor come in and like break down the prices for me and stuff like that. They're like, your insurance covers all 4 teeth extractions. However, they will not be covering your the antiseptics or the sedatives. So all this stuff. And yeah, I was just I know. And then she was like, are you paying with card? Card, cash, or credit? Yeah, it like had me swipe the card before I even went into surgery.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised, I guess.
No, I mean, it was pretty, I don't know. I mean, she seemed she was very professional, and she was very trained, to say the least. She seemed very.
Who pays for their wisdom teeth with cash?
Yeah, here's $1,000. Please, I'd like to pay it in cash. I don't want this on my tax returns.
I really don't.
I want absolutely no paper trail.
I can't
no
accept
receipt
this on my
please.
taxes.
No itemized receipt for me.
No.
But yeah, so my left side has been pretty sore from lack of use. That's what the doctor told my mother today.
Well, that's not what your mom said last night.
You funny man. But my right side's pretty fine. I texted Carson last night. I was worried about the dry socket stuff because like this pain it's not in my jaw. It's more of like it's like my jaw muscle. It's like my little muscle right here.
Muscles. Yeah, no, I mean, everybody send your prayers out to Gavin.
Everybody's different.
Doesn't have a dry socket.
Yeah, I mean, I am on a pretty high dosage of ibuprofen, so I'm fine. But if I'm not on it, I'm in a pretty bad mood. I'm not gonna lie, just because like it's not fun. But I was expecting to be like, maybe I was under the wrong impression. But I thought I was gonna be back to full normal by like 5 days in, and I didn't realize it was like literally a 2-week process, and that's like 2 weeks. Like if you do have like dry socket or something like that, that like 2 weeks to 2.5 weeks is like normally where it is. But I did not know that because. So my friend, like so many of my friends get them out and then they're just kind of like, okay, I'm fine because I just, school gets busy and I just forget that they got their wisdom tooth out. So it was just, I guess it's not really a big life event, but it's just one of those things that
when it happens to you, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Mind. This is not what I thought.
Yeah. And then like, you're just kind of like, I want to be over with. I felt awful. My face was swollen. I took a selfie. We can show that on the screen if you want to put that up there.
Is it the one that you sent me?
No, I don't think I sent you, but I mean, like, just cut it. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I took a selfie, and it's portrait mode, so it looks really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a portrait mode.
Did
selfie
you take that when you were blasted?
I was blasted on sedatives.
Yeah.
The only thing I remember is waking up from a nap, and then my mom coming in at like 4 o'clock and asking me if I wanted ice cream. Or if I wanted anything to eat, and my sister brought down some Andy's ice cream, or frozen custard, Well, my gauze fell out in my sleep because I drool in my sleep anyway. I've got
I do too.
I've got a big fat mouth. I don't know if you've noticed, but I got a fat mouth.
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've been thinking about that a lot recently.
I don't know if you guys look at my mouth, but if you do, it's pretty big. So I felt like my mouth shrank a little bit because the wisdom teeth were really, really big. They were there. I'm not kidding. And they put me on an opioid, and my memory was out. I was sleeping. I had some weird dreams because I announced basketball games. I had a weird dream that I had to announce a basketball game, but it was at our middle school gym at Jefferson, and it was really weird. And in the middle, they had they were playing like Little League football in the middle on the basketball court for a halftime show.
Oh, good.
The Little League football coach proposed to his wife or proposed to his girlfriend.
What the fuck?
During it. It was a very weird dream.
You remember all this, or did you write it down?
No, I remember it because I woke up and I was like, that was weird because I took the opioid to fall asleep and
wake up and you're like, oh, it's halftime.
I couldn't remember anything of the previous day, and then I only remember my dream because I slept for a solid like 12 hours. That's crazy. Very weird. The opioids really messed me up, but I'm not on opioids right now. So
I
just
am
for the
though.
record. No, yeah, Carson's been on opioids for a
I've
really long time.
You guys haven't even seen me not on opioids.
Yeah, you haven't seen me when I'm on my schizophrenic medication. No,
Yeah.
I was kidding. I'm kidding.
But no,
But still,
yeah, no. Whenever I had to take, because I've had plenty of surgeries myself, on my back and on my neck, and then wisdom teeth. I think that was it. Where I
into
would have gotten
crack.
in my crack when I got my crack sewed up. When I was on crack that one time.
Who was on crack?
Remember that one time I was on crack?
Yeah.
Wait.
Because nobody's needing that crack and cocaine.
So whenever I had those done, I was on them damn oxys.
Yeah.
And I don't really, it's been a long time since I've had any surgery done, but yeah, it was like, I don't know. I just remember the constipation being the worst part of it. Like the
I think I'm
like
at the end of it
weird
right
brain.
now.
Yeah. The weird brain stuff was
yeah, my spring break was basically ruined because I just don't remember anything. I just remember waking up. One day I woke up at 6 o'clock.
That's pretty normal for you, I feel like.
No. I like I've been kind of doing a little bit better about sleeping until
Okay.
I usually sleep until noon on days that I don't have school
That's
or
not
anything
that
like
bad.
that. But
That's not that bad.
over break and stuff like that, I usually do kind of really mess up my sleep schedule.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, is not my fault. I wasn't like, I mean,
No, I don't blame you.
not this time. Usually I mess it up pretty bad, but this time it was not my fault.
So, just to get off track really quickly, is Sean and your sister on spring break this week?
My brother was on spring break last week, and then my sister, I think, might be on spring break this week. I think she, yeah.
Okay, you lagged out there for a second, but so Sean was on spring break, and your sister Evelyn is on spring break.
Correct. Yes.
So, was Sean back in class today after just getting him out on Thursday?
I don't know. Probably he seemed to be doing
Sheesh.
fine.
That's crazy.
My girlfriend was anticipating because I guess I'm a hypochondriac or something like that. But she was saying that that she was not anticipating a quick recovery for me either. And I was like, wow, okay, I see how it is.
Because why?
Because I just like anytime I get a headache, I take ibuprofen. Like I just don't like headaches. Headaches bother me, and I can't really function when I have a headache. It's just kind of like
here.
yeah. It happens. Yeah, it really happens. But it's okay. It's funny. It was funny. I thought it was funny. Funny.
I don't think it's fun.
Headaches are not fun. Wisdom teeth getting out is not fun.
No, it all sucks eggs. It's all horrible. But yeah, no, I'm glad it's going good so far, and I hope it continues.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because we will see.
We will have to see. I'm gonna get a crazy bacterial infection. I'm gonna get like a bacterial. I'm gonna get. Oh yeah, I will say that another thing was that it felt like my teeth, were like. It was like somebody put braces over my teeth again. It was like somebody like was squeezing my face because like my teeth were like moving.
Oh, yeah.
Like getting used to it. It was just like, ouch. Even
it's
with
not
the meds.
Fun. Yeah, the meds don't do shit.
Yeah.
Shit. Don't tell me that they do either.
I bet my liver is looking very black recently because
you're not
ibuprofen.
Well, isn't it? It's Tylenol that messes up your liver, right? It's not.
Oh, maybe kidneys, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of them. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. One of those. I'm going to pharmacy school, but yeah, one of those.
But that's one of them. I don't know.
I haven't learned anything about like medication basically in undergrad.
You don't need it.
Yeah, I mean, not yet.
No, you just don't need it, dude.
You're right.
When you're working for big pharma.
Yeah, big.
When you're working for big Tabasco.
Yeah, big Tabasco sauce.
When you're working for
El
Joe.
Tapatio.
When you're working for Camel Joe himself.
This is what he looks like now. It's just a boot and some boots and a hat. The Marlboro Man. Did you remember seeing that poster in our gym or our locker room? in middle school. There
Of
was
the
like,
Marlboro Man?
yeah, it was like no, it was like this is what's left of the Marlboro Man. It was just a hat and some
No, I
boots.
don't. I want
I'll
that
have to-
poster
I'll-
though. That's a
yeah,
great
it's
poster.
yeah, it's pretty funny, and it
I
was
got
like definitely from like the '90s during the
yeah.
war on drugs, not
I
the
got
band.
a couple Marlboro Man shirts.
Pretty
And
funny.
I have a Camel Joe shirt that actually does. It's a pocket T-shirt.
Yeah, okay,
It's
yeah.
got cowboy boots on the front of it. It says Camel, and it's got Camel Joe with a cowboy hat on. So he's
It's a
like the
camel
Marlboro,
smoking a big old
cigarette.
big old ciggy.
He's smoking a Camel Wide,
Yeah.
but it's funny because he's dressed up like the Marlboro Man, which is weird.
Oh, that's funny. It was an ode to the other tobacco company.
Yeah, it was a shout out. It was a
Yeah, hey,
diss.
shout out to Marlboro, man.
It was Camel dissing Marlboro.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I'm gonna be whenever I here's something that I haven't mentioned on the podcast, but we can at some point. We don't have to talk about it now, but when I move out, because I'm gonna be moving out. Shit. Hold on. I know, right? I'm gonna be moving out in about almost a month and a half, a little bit more.
So
than
like
a month
6
and a
weeks.
Here, let me look at my calendar and I'll count. Just kidding.
I'm gonna count the days.
Hold on. Let me count
Let's
all
see,
the days.
countdown to whenever Carson moves out. Let's see.
We're gonna
35.
run a countdown. It's gonna be on my GoFundMe where I need money.
Yep.
But when I move out, I'm getting a my dad bought like a bunch of like old advertisement stuff and he's giving me some of it. And one of them is it's definitely like a clipping from a magazine from I want to say like 1949, and it's I think crap, it's like I think it's a Charleston cigarettes ad, which I've never heard of in my life, and it's got some actor
neither,
on it,
yeah.
and he's like, "That's why I smoke Charlestons or whatever it is," and so I'm gonna get that framed and put it in my office.
Good. Yeah, you and I, between the two of us, we've probably smoked like cartons on cartons of cigarettes.
Dude, me and Gavin, you don't even want to know.
We go way back with smoking.
We go
cigarettes.
way back.
I'm
ripping
gonna advocate
cartons.
for tobacco influencing young adults
We're gonna be the reason that tobacco ads come back.
back. Yeah.
We're bringing them back, baby.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Newport, Winston,
All of them.
Marlboro, Camel.
Newport,
I said Newport. Let me think.
Charleston.
We're gonna bring back Charleston.
Bring them back.
I think they might be a thing. I don't know. I don't feel like looking it up. Damn it.
I'm really trying to think of other tobacco brands.
Yeah, I am too, and I'm blanking out. There's like a weird one. Oh, Decades. That's one of them. Decades.
Decades.
You say the date? Yeah, you said the date. You little son of a.
I'm ahead of the game, Carson.
I know you are. I keep telling you.
But anyway, I see you have something here about UFOs. Care to explain that?
So be it.
I did see.
Yeah, so what?
That there was like some pretty substantial news that they're hiding from us, allegedly.
This is what I saw. Are you ready? This is what I saw. Hold on.
I'm ready to see what they had to say about the UFOs.
Hold on. Just give me 1 second, please.
Makes it better because my lips are.
This is what I saw. Okay.
What'd you see?
I'm going to tell you what I saw. I saw a headline that said,
Are you gonna pull it up, or do you remember it?
probably should pull it up because I don't really remember it at all. I don't remember what it said.
What Carson didn't know was the impending doom he was facing from unidentified flying objects.
I'm fucked.
Carson got probed by
Shit. Hold on.
the crazy amount of action.
I saw. Excuse me.
Pardon me.
Excuse me, narrator. Can I talk now? I saw headline that said, upcoming Pentagon report will detail difficult to explain UFO sightings.
Oh my God.
And that's all I saw. I saw a headline that said that, and this guy's saying, I don't even know what this is about. We're talking about objects that frankly engage in actions that are difficult to explain, movements that are
frankly-
hard to replicate, that we don't have the technology for.
They seem to be out of our world. Yeah,
It's possible impossibilities.
Speaking of aliens, I've been reading Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's a very strange book to get through.
It's even more strange when you
Did you watch the movie first?
No, I read like half of it in 6th grade, and I didn't understand anything that was happening.
Yeah, no, it's really difficult to like kind of piece together what's happening because there's so much like there's jargon. There's a ton of jargon that like he explains, but like all the explanation is supposed to be like crazy detail and stuff like that. It's really hard to follow sometimes.
It's I tried reading it, and honestly, I've been wanting. I think I might still have it, or maybe I don't. Maybe
I have this. I have like this compendium of like every single one of them. It's really.
Oh, you got that? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, wow. Oh,
got all 5.
Wow. Wow.
Let me read that. Oh.
Yeah, I started reading it, and then I was in. This is actually kind of funny. I was in the bathroom at our middle school, and I never carried a backpack for some reason. I just didn't
Well,
like.
you just carried your books around like a nerd?
I did. I carried them. Yeah, I carried like binders with me, and I would always have that book with me because I would read it if I was like bored or something.
You might as well have just carried a satchel like I did.
Hey, listen, I would rather carry my books than have that satchel. So I'll just be honest.
Matter of fact, hold on. I'll. You know what? I still use it. I still use it.
Oh no! Here, I'm gonna debut some sound clips while he debuts his satchel.
All right, no, play it. Start one.
Start one. What, you want me to start some? You want me to give like some music?
Yeah, give me.
What kind of music you need? Here, I'll play this. Wow. Is that George Washington's satchel? I think they carried the Declaration of Independence in that one.
Paul Revere.
Paul Revere came marching in, and that was his bag he used.
You said.
So you didn't dump it out. That's just.
The British are coming. Take a look at this satchel I have.
Look at this, guy. Some nerd's gonna carry this around in a couple years.
A couple 100 years. Yeah, I use it to carry my Xbox now.
Did you say you use it to carry your Xbox?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great. I don't think I could think of a better use for a satchel thing to carry.
Yeah,
an
it's
Xbox.
like the perfect size for my Xbox. Don't ask how I found that out. I found it out. I said don't ask.
I won't ask.
So yeah, I do. Yeah, that's okay. Back to your story about carrying
yeah.
books around.
I was like, my story. I'm like, what was I even? I wasn't even talking about anything.
Oh. Show me what you're working with.
I was carrying the books around, like I did, like
like a nerd.
Like a nerd. Picture a nerd. Picture a nerd at about 100 pounds. That was me.
Bowling ball.
Bowling ball rolling on in the bathroom. And I was carrying them. And here's one thing about me. That's another interesting fact that, the fans of our show who the Carson
they
heads
must know.
The Carson heads out there who are, writing my Wikipedia page. They'll want the
early life
they're
segment
at the teat of this information.
Yeah, they have the early life thing pulled up right now. Dude. They're ready to they have it pulled up. They're ready to type it in for you. Let's hear it.
I not so much anymore. So it doesn't really. It doesn't. It's not really. It was mostly like I would say my like middle school to through high school. Actually, through high school. College is where I started like where I stopped doing this. But I don't like. I'm a nervous peer, and
Wait, do you have the? Are you like stage fright? You got stage fright?
yes, like I've had some traumatic stage fright experiences.
I'll tell you about one. I'll tell you about.
Okay, because okay, I'm gonna circle back, and I don't. If I go into a bathroom, and it's like a a big bathroom where there's like like maybe like 4 stalls and 6 urinals.
Mm-hmm.
You picturing it?
Yeah, I got it.
You want me to write it? You want me to draw it?
No, draw it out for me.
All right. So if I walk in there, I'm gonna go to the stalls,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go to the stalls first before. I don't even care if all the urinals are open and all the stalls are used up. Besides maybe one of them, I'm going to the stalls. Unless there's a goddamn mess in that stall, because
Then you'll go to
sometimes
the
they are.
second one.
There's a big
Then we go to
old.
the second stall.
Someone left a big old boy in there. I'm not gonna cut. I'm not gonna.
They really took the Browns to the Super Bowl, as we used to say.
I'm not gonna cut somebody's boy in half whenever I'm letting my
like a lightsaber.
Unless there's a mess in there, I'm going to the stall to pee because
Okay, I got you.
because I don't know. I just go
The
to a urinal.
splashback from urinals is awful. I will say, like, you get pee on your hands if the urinals are really low.
Yep.
It looks, especially if you're wearing khakis, it really stands out that like, sure you could say like, oh, your hands dripped onto it while you're washing your hands, but like, it literally like it like splashes just under your pockets or under your knees.
Hey, you get some shrapnel. The worst is when you're wearing shorts and you can feel it just going all over your legs. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
horrible.
about. Yeah,
I imagine with pants.
I imagine you wearing jorts. I imagine you wearing jorts with it.
Yeah, just my legs are drippy. My legs are just dripping down with shorts on. And I'm like, oh, I should have
like, and they put like the cakes in there to like kind of prevent it, but sometimes it just
is that what they're there for? I thought they were there for the smell
and smell too. It's like a double.
Wait, you're telling me you're supposed to pee into the cake?
I think so. I thought so. That's what that sounds like.
Peeing on a cake?
Yeah, or peeing in the dirt.
You ever peed in the dirt?
I like the thrill of peeing in the dirt.
You know what I like to do? I like to take a pee in the dirt. You ever taken a nice hot piss in the dirt?
Ain't nothing like feeling that cool breeze on your penis.
Ain't nothing like getting splashed back from pissing in the dirt.
I like seeing the mud get on my socks from pissing in the dirt.
Sometimes I'll pee in the dirt and I'll kick it. Kick it around.
I'll dance around it and do a little rain dance.
I'll piss in the dirt. I don't care. What do I got to lose?
Exactly.
So, back to the story. Enough about pissing in the dirt. I get stage fright, and so
this is all.
Wow, I haven't even said the reason.
This is all coming from the UFO story.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I'll get there. First of all, I talk about.
Okay, so what I'm imagining is that you peed on the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy book because it makes you feel safe or something.
This reminds me of my grandpa. Let me talk a little bit about my grandpa first.
No, get to the story. Oh my god.
I'm kidding. Nervous peer. So I went to the stall and I had the books and I think I got done peeing and then I turn, book falls out right into the toilet. I had read like half the book at this point. I had a bookmark in. Who
You hadn't
knows what
flushed
page I
yet,
was
right?
on?
You hadn't even flushed yet, right?
No, I
Did
think
you
I'd
flush? Oh, okay.
flushed, but I just like it was like just it was soaked. So
So
luckily, no,
you
it was in the bathroom. So I just picked it up and I just went and threw it away. And I was like, "Fuck!"
so
And
did
so
you have
I
to? Was that? Did you get it from the library?
no, I think I
Oh,
bought
okay.
it. Or my parents bought it, and then I think I got another one. I don't know if I have another one or not, or if I don't
Your
know.
parents bought you another one because they knew you would do that.
They're like, we knew
We
it
knew you
happened.
would. We just had to pull out the second one.
That fucking nerd always carrying around his books. We bought him another one.
I just knew he'd drop it into the toilet one of these days.
Fucking nerd.
Yeah.
My parents are like, you fucking idiot.
My stage fright story is that I waited. So this was at a Jukebox a Ghost concert, I think 2018.
That's a humble
I
brag.
went with Zach, my friend Zach, and
Our friend Zach, please.
our friend Zach, and sorry, and about I think it was after the opening band played, or this was after the Fallout Aloof Fest because it got rained out or something like that, or I don't know. So they were playing at the Del Mar Hall, which is literally like just a wide hall.
Oh
Literally, like,
yeah.
it's like just like a hall with like 3 tiers and that's it, and a bar behind it. But and the merch table is like in the concert hall. It's pretty funny.
Oh, it's like one
It's
of
like in the
those.
back of the concert hall. It's pretty, yeah. So about after the first band played, which I think was Mount Joy, I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
That's a good band. I like that band.
Yeah, Mount Joy was actually pretty good, and
Wow, you said I didn't even know. Do you like them? Really?
they were okay. Yeah.
Oh, I like them.
Yeah, they opened. It was him and Zach Solentrup of a different band. I forgot, but I
Sounds
follow him on
familiar.
Instagram now. He posts all the time. But so I went to the bathroom. I waited in line for probably a solid 15 minutes, like because everybody else had to go to the bathroom too, I guess.
Yeah.
So all the stalls are taken and all the urinals are taken. So I pull up to the urinal, whip it out real quick, and then I stand there for like 10 seconds. And I'm like, I really just waited here for 15 minutes to stand in front of a stall and stand in front of a urinal and not go to the bathroom.
Because you're like, well, I got to pee so bad, and then I'm like thinking about all these people behind me.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. That was like the first time I have ever been like turned into a statue because of stage frightness. And so I was just like, I don't want to wait in line to, I don't want to wait in line to wash my hands. I didn't touch anything in here.
Yeah.
Like, I just.
So you just.
Yeah, I licked him off like I was eating Cheetos. Yeah, and then I just went back and danced my heart out.
Did you go somewhere else to go to the bathroom?
Nope, just held it.
Did you have to go bad?
Yeah, I had to go pretty bad, but I just kept dancing during the songs to forget about it, to take my mind off of it.
You just get home and you just blast right through the
toilet.
toilet.
No, seriously. I'm about to put a hole in that porcelain.
Yeah. So so let me ask you this: has that made you stay? Has it given you stage fright ever since? Like,
No, I haven't had anything.
Was it a traumatic experience for you?
No, I was just kind of like, wow, that was kind of embarrassing. Yeah, you should be embarrassed, by the way, because you are a masculine man that takes a pee and gets splashed back on their pants and legs.
Well, real men just pee wherever. They just drop.
Right.
If you were a real man, Gavin, you would have just dropped trow and peed right
on the sewer drain.
Sewer
that's
grate
in the middle of the sewer grate.
That's some real splashback. Have you ever done that? That gives you some crazy.
Hey, have you done that or something, or like how would you?
No, I have some friends.
Yeah.
But let me tell you about my trauma.
Finally,
now we can get to my actual trauma.
Add this to the early life of Carson Rolfe Wikipedia page.
I will. You guys, all the Carson heads out there, pull up the Wikipedia page. So the first time this ever happened, that gave me stage fright ever since, until now, where it's like not as bad, but I'd still prefer to go in a stall. Was I was on a trip with my family. It was just my mom and my dad and me.
Yeah.
And I. and we were going to this place that, if you live in Missouri, you know, it's known as Lake of the Ozarks.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever seen the show Ozark,
It takes place there.
it takes place there, but they shot it in Atlanta. It's true, because we don't have good tax stuff here.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So
that
they
makes
shot it
sense.
in Atlanta. But they did shoot some of it here, but that's not the point.
Anyway,
We were almost there, and it's like about an hour. How long is it? It's a couple hours, maybe 3 hours or something to get there. Maybe
Mhm.
not even that. Maybe
yeah, it's
two
somewhere around.
and a
Yeah, it's
half.
actually it's pretty south in Missouri, actually.
Yeah. So we were almost there, and I thought we were gonna be able to make it, but I think we had to get gas. So we stopped at a gas station anyways, and I was like, all right, I really got to go. Like I had to go really, really bad at that point because we hadn't stopped at any point. And I
Mhm.
also have a small bladder, and I drink a lot. Otherwise, I get headaches. My bladder's about that.
About that big.
My bladder's about this many. It's about this many big.
This many big.
My bladder this many big, and I had to go bad. And so I went in there, and I don't remember if there was anybody even in there. I think there would have had to have been. Yeah, there definitely had to have been. And so I went up to the urinal, same thing, stood there, nothing, and like stood there for a while, and I was like, and like I had to go like bad, like it was bad, and I just couldn't go, and so I walked out, and I think I like cried or something like that because I had to go so bad, but I can't. And so I think I went on and told my parents, and then I went back in, and then I could go.
They held your
But it
hand.
still took
They
like
held
a
your
minute.
hand under the stall.
I think I went into a stall at that point because
Yeah.
before I was at the urinal. And so like ever
they
since
stood
then,
guard and they're like, "Do not enter."
my son
Son's in there.
my son is blasting piss in the toilet right now. Can you please leave him alone?
He's making piss.
My son is making water going to that toilet. So yeah, and so ever since then I was pretty traumatized.
Yeah, it happens.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, everybody. That's how we
Yeah.
got to blast and piss into a toilet.
Yep. And no, I'm sorry, UFOs. It was the UFOs headline.
That's true.
So
It's true. You really skipped around there. You skipped over
yeah. I did
skipped over
not
something.
watch.
You skipped over. No, I don't want you to hear it, dude. You skipped over something that I find very important. Okay.
Okay.
You know how I feel about superhero movies. Okay, dude.
Martin Scorsese.
Scarton Marchese.
Yes.
I found that clip today of him saying he called them. Sorry, there's a plane going. He called, and I love this. This is great. He called Marvel movies theme park rides. He's like, they're not even cinema. They're like something else. And I was like,
like cinema. They're like something else.
yeah, well, you see, they're, it's like, I don't know what to call them. They're, they're Marvel, it's like the superhero movies. They're, they're more like theme park rides, and they're not really cinema. I don't really know what else to call them. I couldn't find any. I still want to get some Martin Scorsese sound clips, but there's nothing really like funny that he says. So I thought about just pulling a whole interview of him just talking. It just like played that because I think it'd be funny.
God.
But
I'm glad you didn't because I don't want to sit through that.
well, when I like actually sit and listen to it.
Okay.
I mean, I would sit and listen to it because I'm a big fan.
Big fan of Martin Scorsese here.
So
we call him Scorsese. We call him Scorseses.
We call him Score. All the boys call him Score. Check your head.
Yeah, we call him Score. You know what I'm saying?
Check it.
Check it. So you were talking about superhero movies.
I was talking about superhero movies because I love superhero movies and I love superheroes. And the Zack Snyder.
Did you watch it?
I'm getting there. The Zack Snyder cut of the Justice League movie came out on Friday, Thursday, Wednesday.
I don't know, dude. I was.
You were gone.
I was gone. I don't remember. Yeah.
That would have been something to watch. You could have just sat and watched that. Slept through it.
Yeah, I watched YouTube Minecraft videos.
You watched YouTube rewinds from the past couple of years?
No, I watched Minecraft videos and NBA 2K rebuilds. I'm
I
not
don't know
kidding.
the
That's literally
second
all I
thing.
watched.
Whose Minecraft videos were we watching?
Shout out Paul GG. YouTube recommended him to me.
Oh, good. But Zack Snyder's Justice League came out, and I didn't fucking
4
watch
hours
it.
long, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't fucking watch
That's
it.
almost as long as Martin Scorsese's The Irishman.
Which is a fantastic movie that I would watch 7 times
You-
before I would ever
You watched all of it?
Yes, that's a great movie. I love that movie.
I heard
I
it was
was
gonna
literally
just long as
when
hell.
I was looking for Martin Scorsese sound clips today for like an hour, and I have nothing to show for it.
A lot of hard work.
I saw like interviews from when The Irishman came out, and I was like,
The Irishman.
I was like, fuck, I want to watch that again. It was so good. Like, not even like joking. It was so good. It is long. It did take me like 2 days to watch it, but I would watch that 7 times before I would even touch Zack Snyder's cut of the.
I am not a big
Justice
fan.
League.
I'm not a big fan of. I think I watched like the original Superman movie in theaters, like the one that Zack Snyder directed.
Okay.
Like the
Man of
weird-
Steel.
Yeah, Man of Steel. Yeah, I watched that one in theaters. And that was like, I think that was literally like the only DC movie I cared about. At that point I was kind of superhero fatigued. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but there's just a lot of superhero movies that come out. So
Wait, there is?
Yeah. So viewers just get tired of watching superhero movies every year as a big blockbuster.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
I'm just saying. I must have really had superhero fatigue because I didn't watch any Marvel movies around that time, I don't think.
That was a long time ago when that movie
Yeah,
came out.
I mean, yeah, exactly. There was a huge gap in Man of Steel versus I think Batman v Superman. Only there was a 3 or 4 year gap.
Yeah,
there.
at least.
And so whenever the original Justice League came out, I never watched that either. I didn't watch Wonder Woman. I'm trying to think of another one. I really did not watch Justice League. I know I did not. Batman v Superman I didn't watch. I'm pretty sure sophomore year I think I pirated it. Or someone
pirated. Wait, you pirated what?
Batman v Superman. Someone pirated it on a
Oh.
school computer, and we were watching it during like class, and I was like, "This is really bad."
Yeah,
So
that's what I heard.
and I just never cared to watch it. So to be honest with you, whenever I heard that they wanted the Zack Snyder cut, because I guess the studio really got into it with him about it and made a lot of different cuts. But if a director's cut is like, if the original movie was already 4 hours, I'm pretty sure nobody would have sat through that.
No.
Pre-pandemic.
No. Definitely not.
Pre-Endgame.
Actually,
pre-Infinity War, I'm pretty sure nobody would have sat through that.
I think the super nerds would have, because I remember just because of like the super nerds who carry around their satchel with their Xbox. The
I don't play my Xbox out of it. God.
Don't lie to me, dude. You have one of those. You ever seen those like
those
people who have the suitcase that has it?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
But I because of the podcast I listen to, the people on there are nerds. Sorry. Sorry I had to say it.
You listen to a podcast about superhero movies?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
I listen to a podcast that has people who watch movies. They don't really talk about it, but I don't remember what podcast it was that I was listening to. But I remember like this was probably, I don't know, sometime after Justice League came out, that they were talking about, oh, apparently there's a Zack Snyder cut of Justice League out there. And like they're like, it's gonna be 4 hours long or something, and they were so excited about it. And I'm just like,
I mean, to be honest, whenever I heard that it was like only like 2 hours or something like that, with like 7 or 8 characters, then they added brand new ones like Cyborg and I'm pretty sure the Flash and I don't remember who else, but I was big into the animated Justice League whenever I was little, but I don't care to watch a live action one at all. So yeah, I whenever I heard that there were going to be that many characters in that short of time, I was like, there's absolutely no way there's going to be a plot here, right? Like
sensory
seriously.
overload.
Yeah, seriously.
That's how I felt about fucking whatever the last 2 Avengers movies were. And I know people are so goddamn horny about those movies, and I get it. fine. They're great
for
movies.
some reason, there's just something about their production value that just seems a lot bigger than DC's, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I mean,
But they have such big budgets for DC, and they still mess it up every time. I didn't watch Wonder Woman 1984 either. I didn't watch that.
I did.
Oh yeah, how did you like it?
Oh, I think I don't even want to talk about it.
I think superhero movies just need to take a
it.
little break.
I fucking hated it so much.
I watched the first episode. I did watch the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which was about 45 minutes long. I
couldn't tell you what that is.
I was kind of confused as to what was going on because people, I guess, returned since like they returned since the Thanos.
Since they got clipped.
Yeah, and it was kind of weird because they kept referring it to as like the blimp or something like that, and I have absolutely no idea. I didn't watch Endgame yet.
Really?
Mm-mm.
I did. I was half asleep watching that movie.
Yeah, I can't sit through like movies longer than like 2 hours. Like after like 2.5 hours, I feel empty. I'm pretty sure the longest movie I watched was like Pirates of the Caribbean, like The Black Pearl.
Oh yeah,
like
that was like the
long.
first long movie I ever
watched. That one was really long, and I was like, man, I'm ready to go to bed after this.
Those are some good movies though, for real. Pirates of the Caribbean.
I forgot about those, except for that last one. I'm pretty sure that last one was not supposed to be good because they rushed that out and they just needed to keep the rights.
Oh, I don't even
Same thing with like all the Fantastic Four movies and stuff like that.
Never saw them.
But yeah, another topic of discussion.
Wait, I wasn't done with superhero movies yet.
Okay, keep going. Let's hear it.
Well, I just wanted to. Have you seen? Because everybody really likes this WandaVision show. You ever seen it?
I was supposed to watch it.
Okay, I am consider. That's one thing I think I might consider watching.
I heard it's pretty good.
I think I can handle it, but see, but the only thing is is that I've heard that you have to like
Civil War.
Oh,
do you have to worse that you understand like how, or like, spoiler? I think this is Vision's dead. I'm pretty sure, or something like that.
I don't know who that is. See, like all right, folks, I think we'll be back in a second. Looks like we've got a bit of a freeze going here. Oh, are we back?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what happened? Did your internet drop?
Yeah, I think it did.
Sorry, dude. It's fine.
Anyway, I think we can
remember that.
We can clip it together.
Yeah,
somehow.
We'll be fine. But no, I just, if I have to watch superhero movies to watch this show, I think I'll just pass.
Yeah, I think you had to watch Age of Ultron to know where Vision came from. Civil War to understand Wanda and Vision's love story. I didn't watch Civil War. I watched Age of Ultron.
Wanda and Vision are two people?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see it. I don't even...
Yeah, Scarlet Witch, if you remember that from any of them.
That sounds familiar.
I guess they started calling her by her first
more
name.
Like Scarlet.
Get her ass.
I would never call a woman that word.
Ever.
And I don't want to hear about it. Neither would Frank Sinatra. He never did anything wrong. Okay.
You're right.
I've been trying to change his Wikipedia article for years.
Speaking of rapey things, Pepe Le Pew canceled. Pepe Le Pew is canceled.
And why is that?
Because he got canceled because he's not in Space Jam.
Do you know why he was? Was he? Because I just saw that he wasn't in it, but
he's not in the new Space Jam movie with LeBron James. You know that one.
Oh, I should get that sound bite.
Yeah, he's not in that movie, and a lot of people are upset about it because I guess Pepe Le Pew. Yeah,
people upset about it. I have no idea.
I'm serious. I saw a post on Facebook where it mentioned it was like let's see how many likes Pepe Le Pew can get to show that he's still loved or something like that. And I'm not kidding. I'm literally not kidding.
But I had heard somebody like, and this is somebody who says things and they like speak out of their ass where they like say it like they know it, but it's never like really correct, but they'll act like it is.
Mm-hmm.
And they had said that like it was like a canceled type situation where like
was like a negative portrayal of French people or something.
Or is he like misogynistic? I have no idea.
Well,
Is the
no, it's
character
because
like
he tried.
rapey?
Yeah, he's really rapey.
Oh well, okay.
Yeah, he's like really rapey. He like tries to like fall in love. He like falls in love with this skunk, this female skunk that doesn't. I don't remember her name. She doesn't like him, and but he like still kisses her and like
Oh
tries to
really?
get her to love him through like giving her flowers and like yeah, it's kind of weird. And some people were like, "I'm so upset. He was one of my favorite Looney Tune characters." And it's like, if that was your favorite Looney
Hey,
Tune
guess
character,
what? Grow the fuck
yeah,
up.
hey, grow up. Understand that it doesn't matter.
Oh, you're upset about Pepe Le Pew? Guess what?
Grow up. Cancel culture. He got there was this TikTok I saw where someone was like, "Oh, what's that? You don't agree with my whatever? Well, you're being sent to jail. You're canceled." And I was like, "That's not what being canceled means. You don't get sent to jail for
Yeah.
being canceled. It just means that people don't want to associate with you anymore. That's all."
Not like Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, definitely not like Frank Sinatra. Nobody will be ever as canceled as Pepe Le Pew and the My Pillow guy,
Mike Lindell.
Mike Lindell. But yeah, Pepe Le Pew is just kind of Pepe Le Pew, more like it.
More like more like Pep.
More like PP Le Pew. There we go.
There you go.
God
more
his
like,
ass.
More like Pee Pee and Poo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, he was just kind of a rapey character, and like
So he was canceled. That is.
Yeah, no, he
Okay.
was canceled, and people were upset about that. People were upset about these lesser known Dr. Seuss books that absolutely nobody read in their childhood got canceled because they had negative portrayals of Asian people and Black people.
Negative portrayal. You cut out
Like,
there.
they're,
Negative
like,
portrayals
lesser-
of. Oh shit. Negative portrayals of what people? You cut out. I'm sorry.
Negative portrayals of Asian people and Black people.
Yeah.
And they were lesser known books. Nobody cared about them. People were. It's not like they canceled Cat in the Hat. It's not like they canceled One Fish, Blue Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, some shit like that. Green Eggs and Ham. It's not like they canceled those books. So many people are so dense whenever it comes to just reading headlines.
Yeah.
They
And
canceled books that I haven't heard of, and I have like a collection. I had a collection of Dr. Seuss books that were given to me. They're basically just being put in the vault, like that one Disney movie, like
oh yeah.
that
I
one
know what you're
Disney
talking
movie
about.
where it's Splash Mountain. That one.
Yeah.
That was put in the vault. Nobody cares because Disney actually like went about it in a more appropriate way of like, or I guess more of like a like, oh look, it's in the vault, it's never coming out again. Look,
Yeah. A cutesy little way.
Cutesy Disney way.
Yeah.
And Dr. Seuss's estate was like, yeah, we're not going to do that anymore. We don't. They said it like that, and people
that's
still do it. People are still upset about it and still post about it.
And that's what I think is important to note, that when you say they, if you look into it, because you told me this, it's Dr. Seuss's estate that canceled it. It's not like people were outraged going, the as people say, the extreme leftist people aren't going out there making a case to cancel Dr. Seuss books.
Yeah.
It's literally their estate being like, yeah,
Hey,
it probably isn't so good.
Yeah, we went through our archives and found these books weren't appropriate for today's audience.
And it maybe
Which I think, and you could definitely still find it online.
Oh yeah, and
you can find anything online.
Yeah,
it's not like they're literally erased from history forever.
Yeah, and I would have to imagine that part of the estate is people who are in his family who probably have to give the okay
and are embarrassed. That we're embarrassed, honestly.
They're probably part of it, and they're like, oh yeah, I don't want these books up either. Like,
they weren't ever given out as a collection. They weren't given out in anything. Sure they were produced, and I'm sure those books can still be found like in like secondhand bookstores or in your grandfather's basement. Like I'm sure they are, and it's not like those books have been literally erased from history. It's not like
everybody's getting a callback order.
Yeah, everybody's doing Fahrenheit 451 type stuff. Where they're burning books, and we have and then the book thief, and they have to go steal books to get them back.
I never
Oh well, anyway, it's a
Fight.
like it's it's a Holocaust book about Nazis burning books, and some people on the far right, back at it, are claiming that that's what leftist people are doing, or like the far left are doing, is that they're canceling books and burning them in the streets that have any mention of anything negative about anybody.
Yeah, I've been really thinking about it. We really should just cancel books.
Yeah, I mean, they
No
really
more books.
Yeah, I mean, think about all the old books that are still out there that are carrying so much misinformation. You might as well just burn them all.
Burn them all. The Bible.
Yep, the Quran.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Drop in the toilet.
Misinformation.
And flush it. Speaking of misinformation, COVID vaccines.
Oh, don't.
Krispy Kreme.
Oh yeah. Let's go into
Krispy
that.
Kreme is giving free donuts if you have your vaccination. Obviously, this is supposed to promote people to go get their vaccination, because why else would they do this? Or maybe, also to serve the frontline workers that they oh so dearly love, but haven't given a pay raise for.
Are you a frontline worker?
Oh, are you a frontline worker? Here's a free donut. You want diabetes with that COVID shot?
You want diabetes with your messed up DNA?
You mutant.
You're gonna get so fat you can't even have kids anyways. So don't even worry about your sperm being messed up.
Yeah, who cares? So yeah, cry about it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Tell me and tell the audience because I think you're only scratching the surface here with what you said.
What are you trying to get at? Do you want me to explain how the virus, like how the vaccine works?
No, I don't want to bore people with that. No, I think because you're just like, oh yeah, if you go to Krispy Kreme, you get a free donut.
Yeah.
No, you get a free donut. You told me.
Every day.
Every day.
You can. I mean, limit
is it literally forever?
I don't know about forever, but for a limited time. I'll pull up an article.
Well, what if I get the vaccine in like a month or two? What if is the limited time over?
In case you need another reason to get your this is from CBS. In case you need another reason to get your COVID vaccine, Krispy Kreme is sweetening the deal. It's giving free donuts to anyone with proof of vaccination all year long. Starting Monday, any customer with a valid COVID-19 vaccination card will receive a free original glazed donut at participating locations nationwide. A vaccine sticker is not valid. It's just the card that you get with it. And you can go back. Vaccinated individuals can go back every single day and continue getting free donuts all through 2021. They're ramping up production, baby.
Krispy Kreme's really slinging them out.
They're slanging donuts out. They're putting holes in donuts all the time, all day, every day. I wonder how many donut holes will be made then. I like donut holes.
Start giving out free. I do too.
I like donut holes a lot more than regular donuts, to be honest with you.
How about they give out donut holes to the people who don't get the vaccine?
Yeah, how about that? Double whammy.
You can come get one donut hole if you haven't got the vaccine. You're like, here you go.
Yep.
Swallow it whole. Put some milk in your mouth. They go.
Yeah. And then they inject milk. They inject milk into your vein. That's the equivalent of their COVID vaccine.
Yeah. A nice thick milk.
Yeah. Whole milk. Buttermilk.
We said it at the same time.
Buttermilk. They put buttermilk in. Might as well. They really they might as well. They're giving you a free donut.
That won't mess up your DNA, that's for sure. Wait, they
might about DNA nowadays. Nobody cares about this mRNA shit.
Nope. I don't. No, but in all seriousness, I am making a joke here. You should get your vaccine, and if you don't, you're a big dumb idiot.
Yep.
And it's actually interesting. So I am very surprised at the amount of people that I've overheard talking about how they're not going to get the vaccine. I'm
Yeah,
surprised because I expected more people to be on board, but at the same time, I'm kind of not surprised because we live in Missouri.
yeah. So many. Well, I think that's just kind of like the general sentiment is that these vaccines were made really fast, and they were made wrong.
And
And
they're going to pump our blood full of.
my kids are gonna have an extra leg.
They're going to pump our blood full of them horrible things that are going to
Mess
give
up
my son Timmy.
mess up my boy.
Mess up my boy. If you even touch the one hair on my boy's head,
I'm gonna
shit.
get you.
I'll shoot you between the eyes.
I'll shoot you dead.
I'll shoot you dead. I'll kill you dead. I'll kill you dead.
So yeah,
But no,
yeah. I mean, I think I've just heard of. I mean, I think if you're older, I think there's a little bit more risk to it. But I think if you're a younger person, which is our target audience, if you're an old person, just know that there will be slander. No, I'm just kidding.
I want you to get the
Yeah,
vaccine.
yeah. Uncle Sam. We need those. We need Uncle Sam back.
Bunkle Sam.
Yeah, Bunkle Sam.
Uncle
Is
Stan.
Uncle Sam canceled now because he's too heterosexual for those leftists?
Hey, well, it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, Gavin.
You're right. He's gonna wear the gay flag now because that's the flag of America.
Jesus Christ.
Uncle Sam in all like rainbow outfit.
Yeah, colored hair.
Yeah.
Got a blue streak in his hair. Gavin and I are joking, by the way, if you couldn't tell, and if you really think that we're being serious.
Yeah. That's a joke. That was.
I mean, I'm joking. I don't know about Gavin.
I'm being serious when I say that people are outraged. Probably, I would imagine that if somebody on a certain news channel would bring up the fact that Uncle Sam hasn't appeared in an ad since like 1945 or something like that, people would get outraged.
Uncle Sam is canceled.
I'm calling that Uncle Sam is canceled.
I heard Uncle Sam's got a couple Me Too's under his belt.
You never know.
You don't know where where that finger's going.
Yeah, I heard that Uncle Sam said the N-word before.
Holy cow!
They
have him on tape.
They have him on
with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
him and Hulk Hogan said it.
And Hulk Hogan and Joe Rogan, they all said it
Hulkster.
Together. Yeah, they said it on the Joe Rogan podcast together. Burger King.
When is Joe Rogan gonna have? I can't. Never mind. There's something that Sean sent us that's very funny that we cannot talk about.
Okay.
That he sent earlier. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
There's a clip floating around Twitter where this man wearing a Burger King hat says
it is insane.
During a flight, I guess.
It's absurd.
It was absurdly offensive. I frankly I've never heard somebody say it.
And he was smiling.
Yeah, like
it was
he was
so
having
weird.
A good time with saying it.
But if you have seen it, you know what we're talking about. I'm not laughing because of the word he said. I'm laughing because this guy was wearing a Burger
King hat
and crown
and wearing a bandana, but like down and around his neck.
Yeah.
But yeah. But speaking of Twitter news.
Wait, dude.
Okay. Sorry. Thought we were running a little bit low at one time right now. So.
And what? You got somewhere to be?
Nope. Nowhere to be.
So, do you think I can have a chance to talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to talk about my B story again.
Okay, cool.
Damn it! What was I gonna say? It was something about the vet. It was actually something. Oh. What I was saying is that I'm very surprised by the amount of people that I've heard saying that they're not going to get it and stuff like that. But I was on an app that I think at some point, and I've kind of mentioned this to Gavin, I think at some point we'll probably frequent for some good bits. That's known as the Nextdoor app. And it's where people from in the area you live, can post whatever they want about anything. And a lot of it is like I just saw it's 3:35 a.m. and I saw one that's this lady who said I saw this man wearing a dark hoodie and he went and sat on a bench by a lake at 3:35 in the morning. And then after a couple minutes, he got up and left. And I just went through a horrible experience. And so these types of things worry me, and I thought about whether I should call the cops or not. And I was like, what? And then I was expecting people to be like, what are you talking about? But people were like, I would have definitely called the cops anyways.
If he's wearing a hoodie and it's 40 degrees outside, he needs to be wearing all white clothes to jump into the lake for a skinny dip.
And then it was people like just going on about like some like area that this lady lived in, about how it's like gone to crap or something like that. It was just people going on and on. But
all dog whistles.
I saw somebody post about the max vaccination site in our town.
Mm-hmm.
It's at this I don't know what you call it. Venue. Yeah. And somebody had just posted about how like they waited for like 5 hours to get their vaccine, which, you know, it sucks because I think they're kind of running our max vaccination sites a little funky from what I've heard.
Yeah, I would imagine, because it's in a parking lot, number one.
Yeah, well, there's like, you make like an appointment, but then you get there and it's like everybody's still waiting for like hours.
Yeah,
I think they just backed it up. They just didn't have a great plan with any of this. Nobody did.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just somebody posting about that. And of course, like, for whatever reason, there's just so many people on the Nextdoor app, because there was like 140 comments. And I was like, oh, this is going to be some juicy stuff. Like, I was ready to pull some stuff for the pod.
Mm-hmm.
But it was honestly like an overwhelming amount of people like saying, like, talking about getting the vaccine, or they went that day. I was expecting people to be like, I can't believe you go and get that. But there was one comment where some guy said, just literally just one out of like 140, some guy was like, yeah. Where some guy was like,
area for sure.
Yes, for sure. There was one guy who said, like, it was something like, I can't imagine why you people are just going to get something that was rolled out in a couple of weeks that's going to mess up your DNA. And then like these like older white women were like clapping back at him, saying like, I'd rather, take some effects of a vaccine than to suffer with like the consequences of getting COVID. I was like, damn, okay. I was just super surprised. Unless somebody went through and deleted a bunch of not
also,
great
sometimes
comments,
if somebody deletes like a comment, sometimes they could delete the whole thread.
Oh.
Maybe not on
yeah.
It does that on Facebook for sure, though.
It could be, because now that I think about it, it was like the most recent comment that I saw.
Yeah, probably.
So I hope, hopefully maybe, I hope I was looking at that right, and there was just,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I think a lot of people put the blame on Dr. Fauci for saying things that are wrong, or, as if he's never made a mistake in his life.
Yeah.
Because that's literally what research is you make mistakes and learn from them.
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally served under 7 presidents. I'd go out on a limb and say that he knows what he's talking about 90%, 99% of the time.
Yeah. But yeah, there's like, that whole pandemic thing that came out that was trying to like say that he's trying to make money, and then people are talking about Bill Gates. It's just all a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it's so weird to me that they always bring up Bill Gates. Bill Gates literally invented Windows. Like the thing they
bring up Bill Gates, and they bring up DNA
and George Soros. I don't even know who that is, but they
still
always
bring up George Soros.
Yeah,
George Soros.
I don't even know who that guy is, to be honest with you. I just know that he's like a talking head.
He's some Democratic billionaire or something.
Yeah,
that's all I know.
Some investor or something, and
yeah,
they firmly believe that Bill Gates is the one.
George Soros.
That they firmly believe that like Bill Gates is the evilest man on the planet, even though he's donated like over half of his wealth, which is still pretty good in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of rich people just kind of hoarding wealth. That's just kind of weird.
And I'll just be honest and say I'm not a huge fan
weird.
of big wealthy people, and I'm not a huge Bill Gates fan either.
Yeah.
But I'm also not like,
hey, he drank water that used to be poop because he filtered it. He trusted that system that much. And that's why the pandemic was invented by Bill Gates.
If Bill Gates injected poop into his body, would you do it too?
He didn't inject poop.
Would you do it?
Oh yeah, I'd do it. Yeah, I'm a liberal shill. Speaking of rich people, the founder of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, sold his first ever tweet on Twitter using a non-fungible token NFT.
Which
Uh,
I'll interrupt you later.
He sold it for $2.9 million to Bridge Oracle CEO Sina Estavi. And she also bid $1.1 million to own the NFT, basically the like unique digital receipt, basically, of a recent tweet by Elon Musk, CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, which was also listed on a website known as Valuables. And and they donated that. He said he donated that profit to charity, and that's the end of the story. Which is very charity, but also like, what about all the money? Like, why didn't you just it's just so weird to me that she just didn't directly donate that to a charity or do more.
Yeah.
With that, like literally $4 million.
I don't know how that went under my radar. I didn't know anything about it until you brought it up earlier.
Yeah,
and I think and I think, like you said earlier, we are kind of we're going over here, which is fine. I don't have a problem with going long, but I think I definitely want to talk more on NFTs next episode for sure. It's definitely something that like
it's the future of art, Carson.
Well, or is it?
Isn't I think Kings of Leon is releasing an NFT album where like each person
I was roaming around, I was looking down.
I'm thinking of I don't mind sentimental
but
girl.
They did that song, right?
Yeah.
I was roaming around, I was looking down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is it like Sex on Fire or something like that? Sex on Fire?
I'm serious. It's called like use somebody or something like that. Because it's like
there is a song on that album. Yeah, use somebody. Yeah. Well, I guess I haven't listened to that album, so I can't really recommend it. But I tell you what I can recommend.
Wait, dude, you're we're gonna have a talk. Just kidding. No, but I just wanted to say really, really quickly. I'm fine with you moving on because I know we do need to fucking we need to get our ass.
Get on with it.
We need to take our asses and we need to get them out.
We need to kick them. I need to chew my ass. What were you gonna say?
I want to talk more on NFTs, which I did mention already, but I'm going to say it again. I do want to talk more on that because it's very interesting, and I think there's a lot of things that I've learned about it, and I have opinions on because that's kind of what this podcast has been. It's mostly us shitting on a lot of different things, which is fine. It's fun. I don't care. And I definitely have a lot that I want to speak on NFTs. But who knows? Maybe next week they might not even be a thing anymore. So
yeah, no, that's the crazy thing about it is that you can
the bubble is gonna be popped. So,
no, you're right. It does kind of seem like with the fact that I think that this was also kind of like the Twitter founder selling his tweet was also kind of a promotion for NFTs too. I'm sure that raised the price of certain NFTs or brought more attention to.
It's probably paid by Bill Gates.
On online art, it's the leftist agenda.
George
Soros, microchip, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton. Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're very interesting, and I have a lot to say about them. So
there are some pretty cool art pieces, but I just don't think that they're worth that much.
Yeah. Again, I don't want to get into it because there's a lot. Okay. I could go on this. I could do a whole hour on this.
Okay.
It. But we'll definitely talk about that next time, maybe. Maybe we will.
We'll see. Maybe we make. But you know what? I bet it's gonna. And I bet you bought all of that equipment with goddamn Bitcoin.
I bought it with Ethereum.
I bought it with Unicoin.
Well, actually, Gavin, I really, next time I also really want to talk a lot about gold because I think gold is the future of America. I think we really need to start investing in gold.
The gold standard needs to be reinstated in America. The dollar means almost nothing. A dollar is almost worth $1. You might need to take a step back. When has $1 ever been worth $1?
And I and I just want to announce here right now for the very first time the reason why I didn't go to a 4-year college, and that is because I would like to bring back steel manufacturing. Also, I want to bring back coal mining, and I'm starting an initiative, and I have a GoFundMe set up. The link is in the description, guys, where you can go and help fund to open back up the steel mills.
I think we need instead of opening new mines, we reopen the old ones.
That's what I'm saying. Well, see, but the problem, so I think we need to open the old ones because, they're there, they're ready to go.
They're historical. They need to be saved.
I want to be able to take up more space and more land, so I say we build more.
Yeah, and just plow through anybody that is in our way. I want Big Coal to sue me.
I want Big Tobacco to sue me.
No, I take that back. I want Clean Energy to sue me because we know how much CO2 emissions those have.
Yeah, hey, try and sue me, Bill Gates.
Yeah, Bill Gates, George Soros, Hillary Clinton.
So you were trying to segue from something, but I also wanted to hear what you said. Did you say that? So we got talking about Kings of Leon, and then I started singing.
Yeah.
Did you say Kings of Leon are selling an album as an NFT? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah, they are selling an album as an NFT.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that next time.
Yeah,
because that's very interesting.
I'll put a link. I'll send you a link later about this one art piece that I saw that was actually like pretty neat because like that it literally could not be recreated in real life.
Who was it by?
I don't remember, but it was just pretty cool. Sorry, I'll find it.
This guy.
Take a look at this guy.
But you were segueing. You were segueing. You're talking about music.
We're segueing.
In your Flintstones car, and let's segue. Yeah. Segue, dude. Or do you want me to segue it, huh?
Well, I segued that Kings Leon was selling music, and here's some music that we have been listening to that I feel that the audience should listen to. And
because
Carson needs to listen to. This is my recommendation for
you. And you're getting too ahead of yourself, dude. You need to slow your roll, all right? Slow down.
Listen, dude, it's been a really slow week. I've been
dude, come on, you're acting like you got your wisdom teeth out or something.
Yeah, I know. Idiot.
We are introducing for the very first time on episode 3 of the podcast before we make our big breakthrough, maybe next episode, who knows, maybe never. We're introducing the first ever segment on the It Takes All Kinds podcast. And it's called What You Listening To?
Yeah, what am I listening to?
I guess that's what you're listening to. I just came up with that name on the spot.
Yeah, that's very good. What you listening to?
It is. Hey, it is pretty good.
It is pretty good. I enjoyed that. It was very good. Good improv.
What you listening to? And Gavin, Gavin, he's a little.
I'm a little jumpy. I'm a little bit of a.
Gavin likes to jump on things, and Gavin explained it before we introduced it, and I'm a piggyback on what he said, and that it's each week, Gavin and I are gonna bring a album or a song. I don't want to say an artist, but just something that we're been really listening to that we think that you people, or Gavin, anybody should listen to this music. It's just something that, we're listening to because I think I speak for both of us when I say that we're really into music.
Mm-hmm.
And
speak for yourself. I was kidding.
I'm just kidding. And we're both into somewhat different kinds of music, albeit the same genre-ish, kind of. Not genre, but I
guess side of music.
Overview.
Yeah, if we're doing an umbrella, it's like we're here.
We're here.
We're here-ish.
The left elitists are over here.
Yeah. Yeah, music, and then the music purists are literally falling on us.
The music purists are over here
What they
leeching off of our music.
Mozart and Beethoven all the time.
Oh,
look at me.
you like Mozart? Ooh. So each week we're going to bring some music to the table that we would like to suggest to the listeners. And so without explaining it 3 more times, Gavin, what's your music you want to that people should listen to?
I think an album that a lot of people should listen to is Peter Gabriel's Peter Gabriel 3. That's on that album. Melt. It has some really good songs. The sound of the 80s was invented during this album.
Were we stop
we
it
talked
real
about
quick? Were we talking about it on the podcast, or were we talking about like before?
We were talking about it before.
Last
talked
week.
about it before.
Okay.
We talked about it before.
Sorry, I couldn't remember if we had already talked about it or not.
That's the sound of the 80s was made then, the closed drum sound. And also during the album, Peter Gabriel instructed that the drummers not use cymbals. So you will not find a cymbal in the entire album.
Whoa.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, not a single cymbal. There's a lot, and it was such a different album that it came out in 1980, and now it's 2021, so it came out like 29 years ago. No, right? 29 years ago?
80.
No,
31 years ago.
39 years ago.
40.
39.
No,
years ago.
40. You said 80.
Yeah, 1980. Yeah.
Yeah, so 41.
41. Oh, okay.
There you go.
I'm doing it backwards.
Your brain's working backwards, dude.
Yeah.
You need to take some melatonin and go to bed, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a really good album. All the songs throughout it, it's just very good. He has a really good sax solo on there. It's called Start. Intruder is one of my favorites on there. His single was Games Without Frontiers, where it sounds like the lyrics sound like popular or she's so far below or something like that, but it's in French. So yeah, he also has a German recording of that album. Yeah, entirely in German. I think he did that for his first like 5 albums or something like that. He like recorded entire albums in German. I guess he knows.
Does he speak German?
I guess he knows German quite well. And I think he performed it in German in Germany. So pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, he's got a lot of really good songs. I think that entire album is a front to back great listen, especially if you're in. I think he does a little bit of switching in your ears and stuff like that. So definitely recommend headphones. But otherwise, it's just a good album to listen to. It's a little bit different, not your usual music, and he's got some catchy tunes in there. So yeah.
Peter Gabriel invented music too.
He did.
Second version of music.
Music 2.0. There are some synth sounds on there, and there's some pretty neat sounds.
Well, it's the 80s. I mean, come on.
There were some pretty neat sounds on that album. I really enjoyed it, and I think
I told you last week that I would listen to it, and I haven't. But I just put it in my phone. I'm going to listen to it
front to back. Great listen.
I don't know if I'll do that. No, I was kidding. Actually, well, I like listening to albums.
It's about, I think it's like 45 minutes long. It's about 45 minutes. I don't know what's
not bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's that long.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to that for sure. I'm actually might even start listening to it right after this. So that's Gavin's music. What you listen to of the week. And honestly, we'll definitely try and do this closer to the beginning of the podcast. I think we just kind of like. I don't want to speak on like during the podcast about the podcast, but we've definitely kind of been all over the place this episode, which is fine.
Cool. Yeah.
So my music suggestion of this week is I've spoken a little bit on it, but I would say, Gavin, what would you classify? Like, what are what would be like? What would you call your music? Like, what would be like
alternative,
3 genre? Okay.
I'd say like alternative, classic rock, and like indie.
Indie, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I would say you're definitely more on the indie side, and I would say I'm kind of weird in the sense that I do jump around quite a bit, but I mean, I jump around a lot, but like I get like really stuck on like one like subgenre. I guess you'd say subgenre at a time. But like I would say that I'm into, man, I don't even know what to say. I don't
I
want
would
to.
say you're into harder stuff. I'm in
Yeah, I would
like I said
say.
before. I think we mentioned this before, but you're into harder stuff. I'm more into softer stuff.
Yep. I
Uh,
do like softer stuff, but it still has to be like, I don't know. I'm into softer stuff. It's just not what I prefer to listen to.
yeah.
Like right now, what I would say I'm super obsessed with, but also like, again, just a part of my music listening for the past 10, 15 years, 10 years, not 15. What am I saying? Is when I was 5 years old, I was listening to metalcore.
Yeah.
It would be like
Math rock
math rock. Dude, math rock's good.
is actually pretty good.
I would say I have a hard time classifying what the genre is, but I guess it would technically be metalcore because it's not screamo anymore. Because screamo was an early 2000s thing, and now it's kind of a derogatory term. So
Well,
I
also
would,
people like as soon as you say screamer.
they're like,
As soon as they say screamo, they're like, yeah, oh, you got a really poor taste in music.
I'm out. Oh,
Yeah,
exactly, exactly. Oh my god, you tell someone back in 2012 you're into screamo, and they would have just been like,
I would have. You know
you can't
what?
even understand what they're saying.
I'm not going to. I don't mean to offend, but I would have said
Oh,
the
okay.
same thing in 2012.
Well, fuck you. No,
Is that's the type of stuff you listen to?
pretty much. I mean, that's like a jokey song, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, that's more or less what I listen to.
I think you sent me this one album and I made it like through 2 songs and I was like, nope. You were like, I think you'd like this,
But that wasn't even, that was, I don't even know what the fuck
that was just like
that. That
metal.
wasn't metal. That was like, I don't even know. I guess you would call it prog, maybe like newer
It
prog rock.
that was crazy nuts.
It's so good though, dude. It's a band called. This
I
is
did
not my
not.
suggestion of the week. I know you didn't. That's my not my suggestion of the week, but a band called Black Midi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good band. So, anyways, back to what I would classify my music as. It's like metalcore, but also I lump like alternative and emo kind of into the same thing. I think emo is a little different, going back to the 80s and stuff like that with like The Cure and stuff like that. And yeah, I would say like alternative emo, metalcore,
I'm in love.
and probably something else I'm not thinking of. Like pop punk
Mm-hmm.
would be my other genre. And so
Ska.
I guess definitely not ska.
I don't mind ska. I don't mind
Oh
ska.
my god, ska makes me want to put my head through a wall. I hate the trumpet. I'm like, oh, I would like, yeah. It's just that fast beat with trumpet, and I hate it.
All right, go ahead.
Mm-mm. So my music suggestion of the week is an album that actually came out last year, like almost exactly a year ago. It's funny that I just found out about it probably like almost a year to the date of when the album came out. Probably sometime last week because I have YouTube Music and they have a similar thing that they definitely just rip straight from Spotify. That's like your Discover playlist of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually listen to that every week, and I would say like one or two things I pull from it and listen to. But like this was the first song on that Discover Weekly was from this album, and after that I just said fuck the rest of the playlist and I listened to this whole album. And it's an album called Grey View by Invent Animate, and you would like the instrumentals in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm
more of an instrumental guy anyway. I will listen to a song, not know the lyrics until after I look at the lyrics.
Which is interesting because around that time that I started listening to it, they actually released a instrumental version of this album.
Okay.
And the instrumentals are cool because they're very like, they took a lot of inspiration from like movie soundtracks. Like I watched their like documentary about the making of the album, and they referenced the Interstellar soundtrack a lot, and it is like a lot of like spacey. It's almost like ambient metalcore because there's like ambient like spacey kind of sounds going on like during the song. Before it, there's like an interlude that's just specifically stuff like that. And it's just such a good album. It's not overly heavy, but there's enough heavy stuff in it. But there's just like other stuff. Yeah, it's just not like super heavy. It's like really anybody could listen to, and I just think it's a beautiful album. And if you want some song recommendations on it, there's 2 songs that are, I mean, you should listen to the whole album, but there's 2 songs literally that are back to back pretty much in the middle of the album that are my personal favorites. And one of the songs is called Fireside and the other one's called Secret Sun. And yeah, just it's such a good
I'll load
album.
it up as soon as I'm done recording.
I'm gonna go and tell you right now, you probably won't like it.
Well, I like the Interstellar soundtrack. So
Yeah, I think you'll appreciate if you can't stand the vocals, which you might. I would listen to Fireside first because that's a little bit, the vocals are a little bit nicer in that one.
yeah.
But yeah, if you can't stand the vocals, I would try out the instrumental because I could go on and on about it, but the beats in some of the songs are like, you're like, what was that on the and? Was that on the like what was that even on? Like it's just insane. Like that Secret Sun song, it's a crazy song. It's crazy. It's so crazy. But yeah, so every single week we'll come a little bit earlier in the episode and give some music suggestions of the week that we're listening to. And this was the first time, and I kind of liked it. I think it was fun.
Pretty good.
It'll be good. Hope everybody else likes it. And if you listen to what we suggested, let us know.
Yeah.
Put it in the comments, send us a message. Give me a call. Call my doctor. Tell them I'm not okay.
Yeah. I will.
But thank you for listening to the 3rd episode of the It Takes All Kinds podcast.
Really appreciate it. Really
Did we say the name of the show at the beginning of the episode?
I did, yeah. I made an effort to.
Oh, well, look at you. Oh, here goes Gavin again. Son of a fucking.
This is why I have a hate club.
That's true. That's why you don't have a Wikipedia article.
You're right. Well, anyway, thanks for listening.
Hold on.
What was that?
Is
that H3H3?
Hold on.
Definitely shame on Carson. Creepy, disgusting behavior by him.
That's what your fan club is saying about me, actually.
You know, I don't mind it. Well, anyway.
See you guys next week. Well, Gavin will be on less ibuprofen next week.
Yeah.
And maybe he'll stop stepping on my toes.
I really apologize.
Listen, Gavin, that's not going to be enough. You're going to have to.
All right.
You know, I've been thinking.
I'll make amends. I'll make amends next week. We'll do it next week. We'll have it in person. We'll be able to do it.
Whoa! Did you just give away a secret? What do you mean we'll be in person? I got nothing.
You made it to the end. I don't got
the sound ready. If you got to the end, you might have just gotten a secret. Maybe.
There you go.
Who knows? We might not be. I don't know.
We never know.
We'll hopefully be in person.
Yeah, hopefully.
Best case scenario. That's the only secret we're giving you. Oh, actually, here's a quick little incentive. As you heard in the pre-roll, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. If you follow us on, I would say probably Instagram, because you can post it on the stories and then they'll go away in 24 hours. I probably wouldn't want to put a tweet out, but once we start getting this stuff going with this thing that we're transferring into, we'll start we'll post some little snippets of it on our Instagram story. So
yeah,
a little incentive to follow us on there.
Yeah,
see what's going on. And yeah, guys, we will
see you next week.
You'll hear from us next week, where we talk about and also.
Goodbye, bye.